Sunjin moved closer and looked at Wubin, who had opened his eyes slightly. He asked if he could hear him, and Wubin nodded. Sunjin, with a big smile on his face, asked him to say something again. Wubin, with a low voice, asked where he was. Sunjin told him he was in the hospital. He immediately called out for the doctor, who came rushing in. Seeing Wubin conscious, the doctor asked him how he was feeling. Wubin struggled to speak. His voice was still low. The doctor looked at Sunjin and asked him to excuse them so he could start his medical procedures on Wubin. Concerned, Sunjin asked if he was going to be okay. The doctor stated that, as long as he had regained consciousness, it showed he was now out of danger. He told Sunjin he could come see him the next day. Sunjin agreed and glanced at Wubin one last time before heading out. The following morning, Sunjin was the first person at Wubin's hospital door. He waited patiently while the doctor finished his morning checkup routine so he could go in and see Wubin. When the doctor walked out, he asked Sunjin if he had even gotten any sleep. Sunjin said he couldn't sleep and that he must have been too excited to see Wubin. The doctor reminded him that he was still a patient and needed to take care of his own health too. As soon as the doctor walked away, Sunjin didn't waste any time. He rushed into Wubin's hospital room, happy to see him with his eyes wide open this time around. He walked up to him, telling him it was good to see him conscious again and that he had been going crazy at the thought of losing him. Now that he was awake, Sunjin's stress levels had gone down. Wubin looked at Sunjin without saying a word. Sunjin, curious, asked if he was okay and if he was feeling any pain. Wubin stared at him, asking who he was and how he knew his name. Sunjin moved closer, confused, and told him he was his best friend. Wubin shook his head, saying he didn't remember him and that he didn't have any friends. Sunjin grew worried, thinking Wubin must have lost his memory. Just as he was about to rush out the door to get the doctor, Wubin laughed. Sunjin turned and looked at him. Wubin smiled and said he remembered him and had just been joking. He added that even if he had lost his memory, he wouldn't forget Sunjin. Sunjin laughed and said he had almost scared him to death, adding that at least he hadn't lost his ability to make jokes. They both smiled. Sunjin moved closer and asked how he was feeling. Wubin said he felt a bit weak and was still in some pain, but he hoped he would be fine in a couple of days. He asked if Kim had been caught, saying the last thing he remembered was seeing her holding a gun. Sunjin assured him Kim had been caught and that the whole world had seen what she had done. There was no way out for her this time. He admitted he felt guilty for not taking the issue seriously before something bad happened. If he had known, he would have insisted that Kim not be invited to the wedding. Wubin said it was okay, and that the good thing was she had been caught. Smiling at Wubin, Sunjin said he was really happy to see him back. Wubin said he had really thought he was going to die, that he had surrendered everything and accepted his fate, and that he was grateful for a second chance. They both smiled, happy to finally reunite. Wubin's mother rushed in. Seeing her son awake was what she had been praying and hoping for. With tears in her eyes, she rushed to his bedside, touched his face, and asked if it was all real, and if he was really okay. Wubin told her he was okay. She wiped her tears and looked at him with a smile, saying she really thought she was going to lose him and never see him again. She promised to treat him well this time around and make up for all the years she hadn't been around. Wubin held her hand and said it was okay, and that as long as he was back, they still had a chance to start over. His mother stood there, not wanting to let go of his hand, finally getting the chance to look him in the eyes and talk to him, the moment she had been yearning for. Yuna was still fast asleep in her bed when her mother came into her room. She slowly woke her up, and Yuna, still half asleep, asked what she wanted. Without any delay, her mother told her the good news. Wubin had finally woken up. Yuna jumped out of bed in disbelief and asked her to repeat what she had just said. Her mother held her hands and told her she had received a message saying that Wubin was out of his coma. Yuna screamed and hugged her mother with happiness. Looking at her, she said she had to get ready and go see him immediately. Her mother told her it was still early and that she should have breakfast with them first, but Yuna refused, saying there was no time for breakfast and that she had to go see Wubin. She said this as she rushed to the shower to freshen up. Her mother stood there, happy to see Yuna excited again.